Hi there, I'm just wanting to do a talk, and I've just come back yesterday from my weekend break in Scarborough. I was staying in the Grand Hotel there and it was really good. It's really good to have a break for, I do it every year, a weekend kind of thing. And I just want to do a little talk, and on these videos, I just flow. I don't actually think what I'm talking about, and the reason I don't think about what I'm talking about is because basically I receive information all the time. When I'm talking, I receive new knowledge all the time. I'm always channeling. I'm always in constant meditation, constant channeling. And that's what I am, a channeler. But what are we actually channeling? We're actually channeling everything comes from nothing. So that's what you're channeling. You're just channeling the infinite layers of nothingness. That's where everything must come from. And like I say, when I'm talking about these videos, I just flow. And that's what I do. I don't think about it. I just say whatever comes, and then I flow through it. And I want to move on and talk about insecurity. This is something that I've suffered from before my awakening, a lot more of, and I've healed a lot of this stuff. And this is how you get the information. Once you've healed to a certain level, that's when you start getting knowledge that you could say is from the divine source. Once you've done a certain level of healing. But insecurity, people talk about narcissism, but they don't talk about what manifests narcissism. There's a reason for everything. What manifests it is, I don't actually understand, not people with no empathy, I don't actually understand how that can be, but that's what apparently narcissistic people have. I was very insecure, but I hadn't developed to a point where I had no empathy, and so I don't actually understand those kind of people. But I imagine that they must get to a certain point where they lack self-love, so they have no empathy. But as I say, I was very insecure in the past, but I don't understand how someone can have no empathy. Absolutely. But I've got a little bit of an understanding that maybe if there's no self-love at all, no empathy within, then maybe they just lose all hope. And maybe that's the case. But yes, I used to be very depressed. This is how this unexpected awakening manifested. One day I sat down and had enough, and it was like a within thing. And as I say, when I was insecure, a lot more insecure, what people tend to do in that is when you are confident, people who are insecure will say, oh, it's big-headed, oh, he's arrogant, or they'll if they want to bring you down, they'll try and give little suggestions to you, like you don't look the most confident, or you don't look like this, or and as I used to be insecure myself, I guess that I was like this in certain moments, and with certain people, and the reason why I used to do that is because confidence is very powerful and intimidating to you when you don't have a lot of confidence within yourself. And so what the ego does, the ego is very poignant and in your face when you're insecure. And so the ego will tell you things. The ego will make up exaggerations, that will tell you this person is that or this, and it's just to make you feel comfortable. So what the ego is trying to do is trying to build you up to make you feel better about yourself, when a lot of this stuff that your ego is telling isn't actually the truth at all. It's just a way of making you feel better, and it works for a little time, but eventually the truth is always staring us in the face. And that's the problem. So when you're lying to yourself, eventually when the truth comes out, you think, oh no, what have I done? And that's just the way it is. So what you have to do, what someone has to do to heal from that, is just face the truth. That's how you heal yourself. You face the, you become authenticity, and that's how you heal yourself. Become truth in everything you're doing. And like I say, insecure people, if you talk to them, you know, people who are insecure in their egos don't face truth ever, and so they're very intimidated by that. It's like I'm listening to this audiobook just now that I bought, George Orwell, 1984, and in that he talks about truth and how that, you know, the further a society goes with lies and stuff like that, then the more separate they become from truth. And that's what the system is trying to do, but like I say all the time, the world is going through a global awakening, where people all over the planet have had spiritual awakenings for thousands of years, and science now is saying the same thing. So we know it's valid knowledge. So people are looking and thinking, these people that we called crazy before can't be crazy now, because science is saying it also. So there's a twist and change happening in the world where normal people are looking and saying, right, okay, we know these people are true in what they say. They really are experiencing something divine. And that divine power can be accessed by anyone once you start looking within, you see. It's like the more you love yourself within, the less you want. You know, you won't actually want anything once you love yourself. And the less you want, the more you attract. People talk about the law of attraction. Well, that's how you attract what you want, by not wanting it. You know, the more present we are, the more less we want, the more we're present. And when we're happy, we're present. When you're absolutely happy, you don't want anything other than this moment. And if you notice, the world is set up to get us away from this moment. So you're looking externally all the time, trying to chase something externally, but the chase never ends, you see. And like I say, you know, I used to be like this, but you know, that want has gotten less and less. It's like the hotel I was staying at. It was a great hotel, and I didn't even ask for it. It just manifested itself. That's because when you're present and the less you desire things, you basically become wealth itself. And wealth is just infinite abundance. So that is the real law of attraction. But I'm just going to end the video there. If you're watching, you're meant to watch it. Everything falls to divine order. Thank you very much. Thank you.